So, my special interest recently has been linguistics, and I wanted to share some really weird fucking things that I've learned about language lately. So, the first one I'm going to share with you is that when women use filler words, so this is when you hear, like, that is actually a defense mechanism that was built into feminine language to protect us from being interrupted by men. It's been proven over time that men tend to interrupt if you take too long of a pause. So women developed filler words as a part of our feminine language to create a non-confrontational way to assert dominance over the conversation to allow yourself to continue speaking. So another one that I've learned is that testify comes from testicles. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that on TikTok, but this is purely educational. But in ancient Rome, men, to show their like devout loyalty or promise to something, they would put their hand on their nuts and literally swear on their nuts. So that's where testify comes from. So another good one is that kiss and cuss come from the same word that means to speak with force, I believe. And the word was koss, right? Coss. And it ended up splitting into two different meanings. One was a more affectionate meaning of pressing your lips, which turned into kiss. And then the other one was a more aggressive swearing, which turned into cuss. So that's how we got kissing and cussing. So another one is that goodbye comes from God be with ye. So in the 1500s, people would say God be with ye. And over time, it just got condensed and squished like over and over and over and over and over again until it became goodbye. So goodbye is actually not just a conversational exit. It comes from religion. So my last one is probably one that you've heard of, but you don't know the origin story for, so I'm going to share it. Is the fact that English used to have informal and formal pronouns. So the same way in Spanish, you has a formal version and informal version, so like tú and usted. We used to have that. So you could either use the word you if you were saying like you in a like formal or polite way, or if you were speaking more informally or personally to somebody you know or like a friend, you would say thou or thee. But what happened was over time, people just developed manners and decided that you, being the more formal and polite version, should be used more often. So you got overused and thou and thee vanished. So now you'll only ever hear thou and thee used if you're reading Shakespeare or the Bible, which makes it sound actually super fancy for some reason if you read it.